Hello again, it's me. And I am still working on using up my second dish of paint from yesterday's 3x3 canvas. And I've been trying to think about what I wanted to do with it. And I had an idea that if I just spoon it out and show you what happens, we could do a simple tip. And maybe after I put my initial spoonfuls of paint down there, I will surround it with some white so we can tip it over to the side. Let me just take the top off that. Okay, here goes to, I'm gonna put some down. Oh, that's very unsatisfying. I must have one with a bigger tip on it. Yes, I do. Thank you. Oh, that was like disappointing. Anyway, so let's spread that nice and thick, not too awful far, because I know once I spoon into this, and I want to do less is more. I want to do more shallow spoons and tip it further as opposed to lots and lots and going deep. That's really intense. That's a lot of black. I'm glad I added some bright colors to this morning because I'm not sure what would happen otherwise. Alright, I'm just going to leave that spoon to the side for right now, and I'm going to do what no, I'm not. I was going to add more white, but I think I'm just going to add black. I've got an edge catcher around here somewhere, which is, in my opinion, a self-explanatory thing. And I will catch an edge with that after I wipe the Florida sand off it. Alright, so I got an awful lot of paint and lots of ideas, and I feel like playing and strowing. I'm going to blow that edge back into it so I don't affect anything when I try and move the rest of that paint down. And I think I'm just going to keep doing stuff like that. This time I'm going to use white. Oh look, I didn't put that bottle away with the tiny little tip on it. I wonder if that's a good thing. Move away from me, bottle of paint. I think it's time to get out an edge catcher and position it on the edge of the canvas and let the paint go down. I'm going to squeeze it over the side just enough to cover the edge and let it come back. I got some really pretty pattern there, so I'm not interested in doing much of anything else to that right now. And I'm going to do it some more. I'd like it to set up a little bit. I'm not sure I've ever been successful at being that patient and waiting for it to do so. I do have my timer set. I am going to use my edge catcher some more. Maybe I will just adjust my paint with my straw because it seems like the right thing to do at the time. While you're learning how to use an edge catcher, you will have rivulets of paint rolling down your arm. I'm just going to warn you now. I am liking this. I'm happy with this. This is fun for me. Oh, that almost went right in there. I can also take my spatula and scrape whatever's on there off, including whatever might happen to be sitting in that spoon, because we don't want to waste any paint, especially not if there's pretty colors to be had. I'm inclined to wipe that off. Pretty sure I grabbed myself a wet rag somewhere. Always really good to have a wet rag. I think a lot more white is in order, and I have the one. I'm just going to add it right there with a larger tip. Now at this point, if I wanted to blow that colored paint down, I could do that and make all kinds of really neat tendrils and stuff. You know what? I got stuff over here I want. Whoa, splooge. Okay, I guess it was a meant to be thing. I'm going to put that cap over here. And I'm going to get out my turquoise because I can. I'm just going to tip down into my edge catcher again, hopefully with some success. I want to tip it back. No, I can't do that. I'm going to blow that right over there. I think there's some black in my future. Gonna let it tip over here. I'm gonna bring it sideways a little bit. I think I want some more spooned color down here. Here's the dish, if I didn't show it to you, that we're working out of. This time I'm gonna take a big lot. It looks like I have a Floetrol booger in there that's gonna have to come out. I'm gonna just hope that we see it as time goes on, and I will pull that out when I can. I really like that, and I don't want to do much to it. It's my decision, and I can do that if I want. Oh, I'm sorry, there goes the accent again. I am not Forrest Gump, I promise you. Let's just squeeze what's next to the paint into the paint and pull it back with a little spatula. I don't know if I'm out of your vision or not, but I'm pretty happy with how freaky this looks. This is a great freaky thing. I'm loving it. Really, I am. I'm going to take my spatula with the white paint on, just let it go over the edge. I can always touch up a white edge anytime I want. But if I've got paint that's going to get wasted if I have to wipe it off, and I'm going to have to wipe it off, then I might as well use it on the edge while I've got it. And probably one more wipe over here, and I'll worry about the rest of that later. So that part is done, and that makes me want to stop right there. You know that? It really, really does. But I have other things I must attend to, and that is trying to deal with this edge here. Let's see what I feel like doing. Crash. After I wipe off my spatula and use it to push the paint into the paint that's there already, including right over here on this edge. Make sure you're back in view. This would be a scooped negative space pour. I'm guessing that's what we'll call this. And I've got plenty of paint. It looks like I've got some schmutz on my spatula. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I would prefer it did not. I'm going to wipe off my spatula along the edge. I'm not using anything under the corners of my painting because I'm on something that doesn't matter. If it goes on there, and when I dry them on a rack in the other room that's as level as I can find. Which is sometimes yes and sometimes no. Let's get that edge catcher right out of there, so we don't have any mistakes in that case. I'm liking this. I think I'm probably going to tip it a little bit anyway, and I might even get a little frisky with my favorite color, because I can. Figured out a while ago, if I just do everything I imagine I would like, then at least I like it when it's done. So that works for me. Now, edge catcher's coming back, and we have all kinds of cool stuff over here we can do. Skewers! Let's do a skewer. Let's see what happens. Do I have paint there? I should be having my glasses on my face instead of on my head, maybe. Let's move some of that white paint right over into that, since I don't think it was there a moment ago. Let's pick up some of that nice wet paint and put it over here in this area that also does not have any paint. It's going to get some right now. I guess I figured I would let it all run down, but I'm kind of liking the shape of things right now, so also like the fact that I still didn't put my glasses on. Darn! Okay, so now's the time. Oh yeah, that's better. Although, they really need to be cleaned. I feel like I'm in a fog bank. Alright, we're still doing okay. And it's somewhat humid, and I think that might actually help the paint stay, or keep itself from becoming gummy too quickly. I like that over there, but I want something else in it. I don't know why I'm adding paint from squeeze tube, because I have paint and other things stuck. And usually I use my spatula to clean off my spoons. But I'm feeling kind of rushed today. I don't know why. Maybe just because it's hot and I didn't expect to be here. It's just me skewering up and down, agitating some paint. Not too worried about cells today. And I am going to tip that down, which is going to change things pretty radically in a second. See what happens. I really want to I just made a feather, so I could be stuck in feather mode. That's what it looks like to me. I hope I don't ruin this. You know, even when I thought I ruined things, I'm still tenacious and stubborn, and I just go for it. I see something I can fix. Even if the camera's stopped, I'm going to go for it. Alright, our edge catcher's kind of pretty. There's probably another one around here. Let's see how paint is moving. Paint is moving. I'm liking paint move. But what do I want to do? The question is always there. What do I want to do next? I have plenty of time on the timer. I think I'm going to take the dull end of my skewer and keep wiping off. Yeah, I told you, feather mode. I have a nice thick area of white paint right there, which means that if I pull stuff through it, it will probably sell up, especially that black. Take that extra paint on the skewer and put it right down over the side. I've got some cute little cells popping right there, right now, just as I anticipated. And I like them so much, I think I'm going to try and make some down further. Because no matter how weird your area of design is, it's still never going to be stranger than what nature does all on her own. So I say, do as you please, see how it goes, learn from experience, and keep trying new things so that you discover what you like and what works for you. And you're not going to get there unless you just do it. I did a lot of this before I got to the point where I could do this and make it look easy. It's easy for me now, but I don't think it would have been in the beginning. I have a lot of paint in there, and I would like to take some of it out, and I'm going to clean off my little spatula, and I'm going to waste some paint because I want it out of there. Then I'm going to take a mostly clean spatula and go back in there and let what's there level back in. And I can use that same spatula to swipe a little area if I so desire. If I'm thinking it's not looking good enough, put a few of my signature spirals in here. That sounds like a good idea. Weird but cool. See how I'm doing that? If you don't, you're going to have to try it yourself and find out how it works. Just take your straw and go around a few times. You know what? I like the idea of that fork. Where did it go? I know it fell down. There it is. Let's see what this will do. Because I can. I seldom use the fork, but I'm liking it right now. I'm inclined to steal some paint, which is something I do. Anybody who's watched me knows I like to steal paint in one place and put it down in another. I really think we're so close to being done that if I don't stop, I'm taking a chance I don't want to take. Kind of like that. And I don't mind that. And I like the idea of adding the potential of a few cells over there. Let's just make some tendrils go up. See, still stuck in feather mode. Okay, well, that's okay. Didn't hurt anything. I think it's time. Feather mode continues. Actually, I've been making tendrils for a long time. Just stick my spatula right into the wet paint and drag it. Drag it how you want. Let your marks go over the side when you can. Got enough paint. This is kind of fun too. This bucket of paint I've got here is really inspiring me quite nicely. I've got some, I've got a corner that's uncovered. And now I've used my fingers too, because I can. I like the idea. Something down there. That little area is kind of being a problem child. Probably more for me and less for you. But I don't think anybody's going to notice if I don't tell them. Do you? Anyway, so maybe a spot. Of color. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm going to dip my spoon in. Here. Yes. I like that. Use it as a tool. Yep, I'm happy with that. I was inspired. I guess it's a feathery kind of day. Now it's a sploogey kind of day. Okay, so it's time to torch and call it good and clean my glasses and make another video in a minute, and maybe, just maybe, yeah, before I torch, those bamboo skewers are pretty sharp. If you're not careful, you'll get bound up on your canvas. I want some over there. Do I? Do I want some over there? Yeah, I kind of do. I can dip my skewer in my paint. Not as easily as I could before it started to set up though. Yep, steel paint it will. I will. Make a mark, just use a straw. Let's pick up some more. As long as we're here. I do tend to change my mind about things, but that's why they call it artistic license, I think. They do say paintings are never done, so I got a whole room full of paintings. If I decide they're not good enough, they're gonna get some special treatment. I think I'm getting close to enough messing with that area, and it's time to say, please light. Those are some wild colors, I want to say, but I'm not hating them, and the bright ones get a lot more subtle after they dry. And the torch says we're done. I really want to be friendly with that torch, but it's not a very friendly torch. That area of cells, even though some of the paint came out of there. There we go. We're all done. And I will talk to you soon. Here, let's see if we can get you back in frame all the way. I don't know if you're there or not. Stop that. Stop. Stop. Thank you. I don't know if we're still recording or not. Yes, we are. Okay. And you can see what I can see. And it's kind of bizarre.